Greetings everybody, my name is Hippix of Hippix Logistix. This is an official announcement and a video response to false accusations and claims towards our company. We came together as a team and we decided that we have to really address this head on because right now there is no voice that can honestly and truthfully represent Hippix Logistix, and if we do not do it ourselves, as you can see, the only thing that people do unfortunately are presenting false accusations of others when they are not doing well themselves, I'm assuming. So let's go ahead and go over our company's mission statement and address all of the questions and all of the concerns. This is very important for us, and I would like for everybody who has stumbled upon these false accusations towards Hippix Logistix to know that that we don't stand for all of those things. And we stand for something much bigger and much more important. I'd like to start with the company's mission statement. The company's mission statement is, and just so you guys are aware, I'll be reading a lot of these things because these things were prepared. We want to make sure that concerns, questions, claims are addressed properly and go over everything. And some of the things I'll be speaking out of my mind. And you'll know when I'm reading, when I'm not. So I just want to let you guys know. Our company's mission statement, so everybody whose eyes lay upon this video, due to recent emergent circumstances associated with false accusations of our company, we believe that Hippix Logistix and everyone whose well-being depends on company's good faith business practice deserve to defend ourselves and help those whose minds were influenced by incompetent attackers to know the real truth of who we are and what we do in the industry of transportation. This video is to present exactly that, while addressing all of the claims made in our address. So let's start with the claims. First claim: do you engage in double brokering? At our company, we strictly adhere to the policy of not engaging in double brokering activities. Double brokering refers to the practice of a carrier accepting a load and subsequently subcontracting it to another motor carrier. This practice is illegal and typically indicates that the carrier involved lacks authorization or compliance with the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Association regulations. In our case, everybody who we work with are owner-operators that have been vetted, that have been registered, that have been added to our insurance policy, and that have been in full compliance with us as a company and standards of the industry. We want to emphasize that we operate within the bounds of the law and maintain complete transparency with our contracted drivers, who are owner-operators operating under our motor carrier authority. We make it clear to them that they have the option to work directly with brokers and customers, potentially earning higher incomes if they choose to open up their own authority. Some drivers may choose to work with us because they prefer not to handle administrative tasks or struggle with load booking, or maybe are just new to the industry, considering us as a stepping stone. Others are simply comfortable being in the position of an owner-operator and want to work with a trustworthy transportation company like ourselves. When it was mentioned that we prefer individuals to have their own MC, it's because we genuinely support and encourage others to succeed and grow in this industry, unlike certain individuals with questionable practices. During their time working with us, drivers operate under our MC, and we do not sell off any loads. Additionally, we have maintained a consistent working relationship with the same FMCSA officers since our inception to ensure strict adherence to all rules and regulations established by the FMCSA. Claim 2. Does LoadHive steal loads from Sylectus? That's a very interesting one. LoadHive does not steal anyone's loads or establish a direct connection with Sylectus or any other platform. Instead, it operates similarly to a transportation management system, but with additional features such as load filtering and automated load dispatch to drivers in the vicinity where the loads come out from. The purpose of these features is to eliminate the need for manual load information transmission, which I hope many of you guys can understand. The information provided to drivers through LoadHive is equivalent to what would be shared via text message or phone calls and does not differ from the information communicated through other TMS applications. It is important to note that if considering LoadHive a national security threat, the same rationale would apply to every other TMS available in the market that work on products that help transportation companies like ourselves achieve efficiency in the operation of the company. There are many TMSs. There are so many now companies that are tech savvy and tech based and are trying to improve, companies like ours and brokerages and everybody else who's involved, their operation systems. That LoadHive is one of them. And just want to make it clear that for us, it has been nothing but a truck management system that gives the kinds of tools that are a bit more superior in our personal opinion than most other products on the industry or in the industry. And we have actually gone through a lot of demos of a lot of different products, and we have found that LoadHive is specifically offering that tool that we need in order to efficiently work with customers, brokers, as well as be able to work with owner-operators. Let's go to the next claim or question. Why do some of the loads you offer to your owner-operators are posted multiple times? In the freight industry, in our experience as a transportation company, it is not uncommon for customers to post multiple loads simultaneously and work with multiple brokers in order to secure the best possible pricing and service. I just want to make it clear here that we're a carrier, so we do not know what goes on behind the scenes, so to speak, or behind the stage. But it seems to me, and it seems to our team, that this is what's going on. There's a lot of customers that are not exclusively working with the brokers, just like brokers are not working exclusively with the carriers. It is a fairly reasonable thing to assume for us and to see that it's a normal business practice. This practice does not fall under the category of double brokering, as double brokering specifically refers to a carrier accepting a load and then subcontracting it to another carrier without proper authorization, or a brokering company accepting a load as a carrier and selling it off as a broker. So once again, we do not post these loads. We simply are receiving these loads and offering it to our owner operators. So if there's a question why it happens multiple times, well, it's either the information has been changed and the load came up again, or the same load can happen and come towards us from multiple different brokers and it's the same job. So we're not going to deny the job, and we're not going to blame anybody for double brokering and doing anything illegal, because we operate on a good faith business practice first and innocent until proven guilty, so to speak. So we do not see anything wrong with that the loads come out multiple times. The next question or claim that we're going to address is, are you Hippix Logistix or B&B Top Management? And this one will require a little bit of background about us, so I'm just going to read through this one for you. Hippix Logistix started out in March of 2019 under a registered company, B&B Top Management, doing business as Hippix Logistix in the state of Tennessee. At the time, we were simply owner-operators and drivers who wanted to do better by the people on the road like ourselves, who worked hard and deserved respect and to be counted with. Because we had a bit of a harder time finding companies who would establish such relationship with us, who were giving us jobs, we ended up basically deciding and starting Hippix Logistix to fix that. And what we had at the time was an LLC that was already a registered business. At the time, we did not have a proven concept that doing the right thing in expediting industry would work, so we had to pull ourselves by the bootstraps. In the process of years, of our operation and growth as a company, we recognized that there were concerns that our company's registered name did not match our business name, so we decided to transition to Hippix Logistix LLC. With the help of FMCSA Registration Manager, we went through the re-entitlement procedure, and on January 4th, 2023, were granted a decision to move our motor carrier authority from B&B Tap Management to Hippix Logistix LLC. These changes were made to better serve our customers, enhance operational efficiency, and adapt to the dynamic transportation landscape, showcasing our commitment to professionalism, transparency, and excellence in service. It was simply a concern that we had to address, and we did it. And we did it with the help of FMCSA through all the legal procedure that was required for us to do it. Next claim and a question. Why does your FMCSA safer show so many drivers and no trucks? The quantity of drivers and trucks we have does not determine our company's quality, as we are dedicated to working with and serving owner-operators. Our focus is on providing excellent service, support, and fostering strong relationships with our owner-operators, rather than the numerical figures involved. The reason we do not have the trucks on the safer or the power units is because we started out as owner-operators in the expedited types of vehicles that were either small box trucks or sprinters or cargo vans. We haven't yet graduated to bigger type of vehicles that FMCSA considered as power units. Now, I know and I'm aware now that this has been a bit of a concern, and now we are going to do it. We're going to transition and actually be able to acquire power units or work with owner operators that have power unit trucks that are over 26,000 pounds. Sorry, not over 26,000 pounds. We're not going to go to the commercial side yet of the CDL, but we're going to transition to higher, bigger trucks over 10,000 pounds that are considered commercial vehicles, so that we can have power units, and then the brokers and companies that are working with us can also give us bigger jobs, and we can provide the same quality service to owner-operators that work on such bigger equipment type. Why do we have 98 drivers according to our FMCSA? Is very easy. These are the vehicles. These are the drivers for the vehicles either of the company or owner-operators that are operating on non-commercial vehicles. So FMCSA doesn't want to see those vehicles as power units, but we are allowed to showcase how many actual drivers we have on the road that work with us. So I think it is important for us to show what we have and what we don't have, and as long as it's within the standards of what FMCSA wants from us, we're going to do it. And we're doing it. Next one is, you state that you only operate with expedite vehicles, but your website shows otherwise. Why? Well, our website showcases a wide range of truck types available to cater to the diverse needs of our growing customer and client base. We are actively working towards building strong relationships with our customers, and offering a comprehensive selection of vehicle truck types is an integral part of our commitment to meeting their specific transportation requirements. It is our goal to fill the shoes which we set out to wear back when our website was put together. When the website was created, and I created the website, I wanted to make sure that we put everything that we're looking forward to do. I wasn't going to put exactly where we were, because we were just owner-operators. We didn't have anything. But, we dream big. We try to achieve great results. Part of that is us taking care of people, because that's why we're even in the industry. And in order for us to do it, we have to show and we have to live up to that. When you have an imaginary board for yourself, you don't just put where you are in life, because where you are in life, you're never going to grow and achieve anything extraordinary or anything that's going to amount to anything substantial and meaningful in your life. So for us, our website is to show that this is where we want to be. And if anybody calls us, and people have called us about trucks, hot shot, or about semi-trucks, we simply told them that we're not there yet, and we can gladly take their contact for the future business. And in the meantime, they're we're not able to serve them, unfortunately. So our practice in what we do stands accurate to where we are. And the website is to simply show that not only where we are now, and not only where we were when we started, but where we're planning to be. And I hope that this is a very encouraging, confirming things for our clients and companies that do trust us. And I'll later show you guys testimonies that companies do trust us, because if they didn't, over the years that we've operated, things would show through the cracks. And that has not been the case because we put everything into this. Let's go to the next claim and not get all too serious on this one. I'm just really passionate about these things, so I do want you guys to be aware of this and see what is for what it is. Okay, question and a claim. Is Joseph, one of the owners of Hippix Logistix, a hacker? All right. Joe is not a hacker. Rather, he has a background in computer building and technology. He possesses a deep understanding of technology and at one point had an interest in ethical hacking as a means to combat hackers, which is actually very different than being a hacker. The article shared by Axel Cleveland in his video, if some of you guys watched the actual video of the company and the gentleman that decided to attack us, the article that he shared accurately reflects Joe's intention to engage in ethical hacking to protect against cyber threats rather than engaging in malicious activities. So this is the background of Joseph, who is my brother-in-law, who is also a partner of the company, Hippix Logistix. The fact that he has ability to work with computers and systems has been tremendously beneficial for us, for our dispatch team, because when you're operating multiple systems, whether that's your phone system or your communication system, or whether that's a internal training system, or whether that's truck management system, whatever that it is, tracking system, if you don't have somebody on board who understands these things, you're going to be reliant always on calling customer service. And believe me, I've had a fair share of that, and it doesn't always work in your benefit. And unfortunately, I had an incident that required me to send a massive email independently to everybody that I will address later. And unfortunately, it didn't. Even with the help, a professional help of customer service, that didn't go well. And I wish I was able to get Joe on board with that, but I wasn't able to. I needed somebody's help at that time. And Joe, just like everybody in our company, is very busy. We're wearing multiple hats. So the fact that Joe has this experience only adds to, I would say, in my opinion, to the quality and to the fact that we can address these things faster and sooner internally without having to engage to customer service or all these service providers. And a lot of them are, they're hiring people from who knows where that are not internal people. They're a third-party customer support team from another country. It's not people that they hired from another country, train internally, and keep within the house. I'm not going to say anything negative about that, but I'll just say that getting that kind of support versus having someone on the team is black and white. And we're grateful for Joseph to have this experience. He graduated our company and our internal team tremendously from being somewhat proficient with computers to now being able to use all these systems and continuously grow and implement upgrades and to our advantage and advantage of our customers and, again, people that work with us, owner-operators and drivers. Let's go to the next one. Next one is, was Giana, one of the owners of Hippix Logistix, involved in insurance business in New York City? Okay. Giana's residence in New York is entirely ordinary and aligns with her previous professional background. Prior to her involvement in delivery endeavors with Joe, who is, they're engaged. So this is a family business in a lot of ways. She operated an insurance business where she served clients in Manhattan and other areas of New York City. Giana's experience experience established connections within the insurance industry granted her a solid foundation and a deep understanding of customer service and genuine ability to connect with people and answer their concerns. It's important to recognize that Axel's attempts to construct a narrative that deviates from the actual circumstances are unfounded. Giana, she's amazing. Her customer service and ability to resolve difficult situations and work with people, that can be difficult. And I'm sure many of you guys know in transportation there's a lot of difficult characters to deal with because we have difficult situations and not everybody responds to complications and problems and issues as, ideally as we would want. People take things personally. And so Giana has been a tremendous team member who just not only trained our dispatchers and tracking team, but also gained trust. She was able to help us and herself gain trust between us and owner-operators. It's not an easy thing to do. There's a lot of jaded people. There's a lot of people that have been dealing with dishonest companies. And thank God when we were owner-operators, we didn't really have to stumble upon a lot of dishonest companies, but we definitely were not counted with. We had no connection with any of the companies that were giving us jobs. Nobody really cared. People were working for themselves. Everybody was kind of for themselves, unfortunately. And so when you're an owner-operator on the road and you want to know who you're talking with, who you can escalate a concern to, that was not the case. Giana made sure that within our company, it is completely opposite. The drivers, owner-operators can talk to not only dispatchers, but they can talk to administrators and team that is in charge of concerns that, let's say, dispatch team doesn't have authority to answer for or speak on behalf. Everybody can speak to everybody. Owner-operators, drivers can talk to me about anything. And a lot of times we will have conversations on any subject that is necessary. I can't say I always have the time because, again, we're wearing multiple hats, every single one of us. We're a small company. We're still growing. We have a lot to learn. And thank God we are learning a lot. But we do try to give as much time and dedication to every single person because every single person matters. The next one is about outsourcing. Do you hire people overseas? Okay. When we initially launched the company, we outsourced some of our workforce due to the lack of an established reputation and the high cost of living in the United States, which posed challenges for many individuals. However, as our company has grown, we have been able to bring on board more team members in the United States. Currently, our team is divided, with half based in the US and the other half located in the Philippines. We have found that the team members from the Philippines exhibit exceptional work ethic and maintain a positive attitude, which has been valuable to our operations and relationship building with drivers, owner-operators, and customers. It's important to emphasize that we prioritize fair treatment and proper compensation for all individuals working with us, regardless of their location. We believe in creating an equitable and inclusive work environment, ensuring that everyone receives fair remuneration and is treated with respect and dignity. Our goal is to foster a collaborative and supportive atmosphere for our entire team, regardless of where their geographical location is. And that is very true for all of us. It doesn't matter where you're located. If you're able to provide excellent customer service, you're teachable, you're learning, you're willing to put everything on a line, just like every single one of us has. If you're able to communicate with people with respect, even in difficult situations, and if you're willing to overcome your personal psychological problems or your trauma from your childhood, if you're able to really put everything on the line and give your best, that will show up. And we're working with people that are doing everything they can. Does that mean they're perfect? No. Does that mean they don't make mistakes? Absolutely not. But we're doing everything that we can to make sure when things occur, they're addressed. And we make sure that the people that work with us are always trying their best. Because that's it is my personal belief, and I believe my partners would agree here, is if you don't try your best, you're not going to achieve anything. You're going to fall. You're going to fall at some point. And in order to persevere, especially in the times like now when it is really difficult, you don't give up. You just keep going. Because if you do fail, you'll know that it's not for not trying hard enough, but it's just circumstances and things did not align for you to succeed. So the outsourcing, absolutely. But we outsource not to cheapskate on people. We outsource because these people are unbelievably hardworking and they're willing to put everything on the line. And we do too. Next claim and question. Some think that companies like you are the problem of low rates. The market value of loads is primarily influenced by economic factors rather than specific companies like ours. The pricing dynamics in the transportation industry are subject to various market forces such as supply and demand, fuel costs, industry competition, overall economic conditions. Market trends and economic factors significantly impact load values, more so than any single company like ours or any others. Adapting to these fluctuations and providing competitive and fair pricing to our customers while maintaining integrity and fair compensation towards our drivers and owner-operators is essential to our operations. We're dispatching our owner-operators. We're training them. We're sharing whatever that we know. Whatever the knowledge and skills and understanding that we have of the market and of how things work, we share this with people that we work with. We even go as far as to encouraging our people, if they show any interest, to becoming their own carriers, their own transportation companies, and succeeding, because we believe that there is enough in this pie, and we're not going to fight for peace. We're going to fight for making sure that whoever stumbles upon working with us, whoever signs up with us, that they can become the best version of themselves and they can become the best potential carrier or owner-operator. Again, market is not always favorable towards carriers, transportation companies. I'm sure many of you guys know that, right? We are up against that. We're just a carrier. But if people that work with us, and even if they want to step out later on their own, if they understand what they're getting into, if they've learned, if they've been educated, if they understand about the different rates, the different areas, how you price things, the different kinds of loads that there are, well, I will say that that's only going to be a smarter workforce. So to say that low rates are because of us, I mean, it's a far understatement, because people that are on the road, when we were on the road, before we became a company of Hippix Logistix, we did not know anything other than us pricing our own loads, our own prices with these companies that gave us jobs, and the only input of data and information that we had were our own loads and loads of those like us. So you can imagine how much misconception and misunderstanding, and honestly, looking back at it now, we had so many false rumors that were going around owner-operators, and that is because none of the companies out there who are giving these jobs to owner-operators are willing to open up the cards and literally educate people and tell them how things really are. And we're doing the opposite. We're literally doing the opposite. We're teaching people. We want them to know about the rates. We want them to know the reality of things, of where things are right now in the industry. And we want them to know that things change over time. There's seasonality. You can't just say because now I'm getting this load for this particular price for this type of vehicle, that's going to be always the same. As just one of the simple examples of, people need to be trained and educated, and nobody wants to take that because that does not pay the bills. That just adds more work. And, to be honest, because we've been owner-operators and our, goal is to serve the owner-operators because we were them. For us, it is work. It takes time, absolutely. but we're creating a better educated people that can either work with us, continue working with us, or if we know that they're going to go and become, companies of their own, they're going to be smarter. And we're not going to deal with low rates, just like how, we were accused of. These low rates are not going to be coming from us. That's for sure. Negative claim and a question to answer. What do you have to say about negative reviews of your company? Negative reviews have primarily been centered around our challenge of handling a significant influx of driver applications. With thousands of applicants awaiting onboarding, we prioritize maintaining the quality of our service by growing at a deliberate pace. Our focus is on carefully screening and onboarding new drivers while ensuring sustainability and scalability. We remain committed to delivering exceptional service and prioritizing the satisfaction of both existing and future drivers. So negative reviews, as we all know, is just part of the picture, right? I mean, it's not always a full picture. And if you really want to know about somebody, you got to try to know the full picture. So in contradiction of the few negative reviews that were put against us, I would like for you guys to also take a look on the positive reviews. For example, our Google page on Google Map of our business has 24 reviews, and every single one of them is 5-star review. Okay? Let's take a look. First review by Brazen Lyles. I've loved every step of the way working with Hippix. Since day one, they've been very helpful with keeping me on the road. I have nothing but good things to say about them. If you're in search of a dispatch company, Hippix should be your first option. Brazen Lyles. Brazen is one of the owner-operators. Michelle, such an amazing team to be a part of. They have the best load board that offers a variety of loads and an easy-to-navigate app, and a great team of dispatchers ready to assist with bids. The fact that they can help with both local and OTR loads makes them stand out from everyone we've encountered. We are truly lucky to have come across Hippix and join when we did. Thank you again for everything you do, Andre, Giana, and Joe. Thank you, Michelle. Jerry Davidson, Hippix Logistix are wonderful people to work with. I wish we could have been there since we started our business. They make you feel like family. Jerry Davidson, Jerry in Dallas. I will share their testimony a little bit later because I believe you guys need to know this. Damaso Lopez, great company. They pay on time and take care of their drivers. No forced dispatch, and they also work on the weekends. Thank you, Damaso. Also owner-operator. So most of these reviews here, you'll literally see of people that actually work with us on daily basis. These aren't just somebody who didn't get to, unfortunately sign up with us because we're not able to onboard them and handle them. These are actual live people that are currently working with us. Some of them are not, some of them are. But the ones that I've read now, I believe all of them are still operating and still hold that same opinion. However, something also to mention is not only positive reviews came from owner-operators, or drivers that work with us. We also have positive reviews from emails. And these are positive reviews that came as a response to my initial mass email that I was supposed to send to everybody individually. And I will say I do apologize. Google support team was not knowledgeable enough to navigate and guide me properly to set up all these emails separately. They all went as a mass, and unfortunately a lot of you guys received it as part of this big conversation. I'm sorry, that was a technical problem on my part. It has been resolved. Why did I do that? Well, I did that because when we were attacked through Sylectus, or let's put it this way, we were attacked through a third party that misused notification system of Sylectus. And because that was misused and the video about us was posted, there were some complaints that started coming in, and so Sylectus had to shut us down and investigate us. Now, thank God, through investigation process and us cooperating with them, we were able to be reinstated, and we're still here. We're working with all of you guys, those that want to work with us. But I was not able to send a notification email to anybody, so nobody knew what was going on, because all of a sudden Hippix Logistix got disconnected from Sylectus, discontinued, they're nowhere to be seen, and they cannot speak for themselves. So I sent this mass email that was supposed to be sent individually. The positive side of these things, other than, I'm sorry you guys had to deal with all of these emails in one big email, is I got some positive responses from brokers that actually care and work with us and know us, and this is some of them. So first company, C5 Expedite, and just so you guys are aware, I had to delete all the personal information of all of the brokers. I did not want to put anyone's name on the line, but you guys will see that these are companies that we work with. These are our clients, brokers, and this is what they say. C5 Expedite. Andre, no issues from C5 with your company. Great carrier. Thank you. Delta Group Logistics. Andre, good in Delta's book. Always a pleasure to work with you and the team. Sunset Transportation. Hi, Andre. Thank you for your message and very sorry to hear of unfortunate news. I have not heard about this, but you are a wonderful carrier partner of Sunset, and we will continue to work with your company as always. Have a good evening. ELH. Your company just finished an expedite shipment for my office. Always great communication and always on time. Awesome service. Usco Logistics. Andre, all good, guys. Nice working with you. Hope you'll get this issue resolved as soon as possible. Hope to see you on our future loads. Nolan Transportation Group. Great carrier. Thanks for your great work in the past. Thanks so much. Now this one is from someone we have not worked with, but to be honest with you, when I read this, I felt like the guy behind this comment, this email, literally saw my soul and saw the cry from my soul. I have no idea who Andre Hippix is, and I have never worked with Hippix Logistix. If the accusations are indeed false, I hope this gets resolved ASAP, and I hope your business isn't damaged in any way. As for the people freaking out and demanding to be removed for the email chain, need to chill out. I think it's funny, but I do recognize, and I will say again, I'm sorry that this occurred in a way that technical difficulty made everybody's time a little bit more painful on that day. The guy is fighting to protect the image of his business that he's probably poured his blood, sweat, and tears into, and trying to reach out to his business partners to clear his name. Can you imagine seeing this email and the first thing that comes to your mind is rage because you got 10 extra emails in your mailbox? You all get 1,000 emails a day, and an extra 10 won't kill you. Props to those who came to his defense, and I wish you all the best, brother. Now that I've probably pissed off a few people, I'm going to get some rest. Peace, love, and joy to you all. Yeah, I think it's pretty funny, very truthful, and I'm just thankful for someone who we never worked with actually understands what it takes to really start from nothing. Quality Logistics. Your team has always done a good job for me. We'll continue to use your company. Thanks. Worldwide Top, or Top Worldwide. Hi, Andre. I did not see the Sylectus slander posting, but please know we also agree Hippix is a great carrier and also have not had any issues or bad things to say. I have mainly worked with Giana and Lozelle, who are always super helpful and responsive. Thanks for the hard work. MAF loves Hippix. Keep up the good work. Many companies work with owner ops. Y'all have always done great for us, and we plan to keep loading you. MMM Express, stay strong, brother. With all the bad carriers out there, good carriers need to stand out. I'm glad to hear positive feedback about y'all. We are also in Nashville, Tennessee, so y'all definitely resonates now with me as well. And EQS Logistics, you guys are still an A+ carrier for EQS. All right. Now, let's go over our next claim that was again put against us and address it. Are you honest with people that you onboard that you are not a broker? Transparency and clear communication are fundamental values of our company. We make it a priority to inform everyone working with us that we are not a broker and openly share information about our identity, services, and role in the industry. We are dedicated to being honest and upfront about our operations, ensuring that our drivers, clients, and partners have a clear understanding of who we are and the services we provide. By fostering open communication, we aim to establish trust and build strong relationships based on transparency and integrity. Well, this right here is literally our personal characteristics that we had, me, Joe, and Giana, even before we started the company of Hippix Logistix. So it's literally nothing new for us, but to be who we are and the way to navigate this company and build it on these qualities: transparency. Let's go to the next one. Don't you think it's important to expose companies that practice illegally? That's a good one. It is indeed. However, it is also important for individuals to exercise caution and refrain from spreading false information when they lack a comprehensive understanding of a subject. Constructing narratives based on limited facts and personal opinions can lead to misinformation. Symbols such as an American flag adorned with an eagle do not inherently validate the accuracy of claims. Gaining a true understanding of any situation requires actively seeking our facts, considering diverse perspectives, and obtaining comprehensive information, especially when it is offered by the accused party. Engaging in critical thinking and a commitment to seeking accurate information is crucial in promoting accuracy, avoiding the spread of misinformation, and unfortunately, this stands in contrast to Axel's approach of promoting his own narrative based on his personal motives. Why do I say that? Because I reached out to Axel, Cleveland, Jason after his initial video attack on us, and all I received in response on requesting to speak with him and actually show him that he made big errors and mistakes, which I thought he made them. I was naive about it. I really thought that maybe he actually made errors that he needs to stand corrected on, and we'll help him with that. But he was not interested in that. There was no interest in any communication with us. In fact, he put my email and mocked it on one of his other little videos and said the only time we speak is in court. So that shows what this is really all about and what it is not about, which is not being a sort of a third-party journalist trying to expose anybody and coming up with reasonable conclusions based on factual information that in this case, unfortunately, is really missing. Let's go to the next one. And this is going to be a last claim and concern. What do you think about Axel Cleveland, who attacked you? And is not really a claim against us, obviously, but it's a concern and a question. The individual some of you have chosen to lend your ear to, Jason Axel Moises, lacks any legitimate qualifications or substantial expertise to address the subjects he claims to understand. He possesses only enough knowledge to create an illusion of competence, which renders him perilous in the current circumstances. Despite numerous attempts to rectify the dissemination of false information, he dismisses such efforts with the excuse of refusing to engage with individuals he deems dishonest. In this case, it's us, Hippix Logistix. This convenient avoidance tactic allows him to evade the truth, and his YouTube channel hinges on it. Furthermore, he exercises full control over the narrative by approving all comments, thereby shaping the discourse as he pleases. We implore everyone to conduct thorough research before placing your trust in an arbitrary individual lacking genuine credibility. And in our case, we had to find out who is Jason Moises. Like, what is this about? Why do we not know this person and all of a sudden he has a beef with us? It's like as if it's a rap battle and he has a beef with us. We never heard of him. Which, by the way, in rap battles, if you know, the coming up artists, how do they get popular? They get beefs with the with the OGs of the rap of hip hop community, and that's how they get their notoriety and popularity. But anyways, what we've looked up about this gentleman is a couple of things, and we didn't really see great things about him. For example, this is a email to us of one of customers of ours that also worked with him in the past, and he says, "Know him by past experiences. Never met the man. Troublemaker is all I know. Very racist as well against anyone European." The other concern about him is this one, for example. This is a post in his group where he is an admin of on Facebook, and this is from apparently one of his previous drivers. Now, we can't validate and know for sure this is the actual driver of his, but this is what the post says. Jason Moises, aka Axel Cleveland. I ran for this carrier for a short period of time. We had a disagreement which led to termination of conducting business together. Made me deadhead home to Cleveland, Ohio from Austin, Texas. Agreement was made to meet in person at Ruben's restaurant by Jason's house to give him his property, magnets, and BOLs. And upon receiving his property, he would then ACH my final settlement, which including the amount I prepaid for tracking through December comes up to $900. Jason is now refusing to pay when he owes me, although I was compliant with his requests. Anytime I text him to question when he will settle up, all I get is cease and desist and sign me up for court response. Also accused me of tampering with his accounts, which I'm not sure where they came into play. He barks about all the carriers and brokers in this industry being scumbags and welfare recipients, yet he doesn't even pay his own drivers. I'm not the first either. Since exposing Jason on social media, I have come to find several drivers who have the same complaints. Pay what you owe Jason. The other concern that we have is if you see this is the email alliance member system in Sylectus of OmniTrax, and in the very bottom it says clearly, this email system not to be used to complain about payment issues or service issues or any other slam against another member. Well, guess how a lot of you guys found out about this. His video, or even about this situation with Hippix Logistix, is literally him not following the rules of Sylectus's system of email notification and misusing it by not even using his own account. But what he did is he must have persuaded somebody else and used their account. In this case, you can see it's EAU Logistics LLC. Well, just so you guys are aware, we talked with our account manager, and every user, there were 2 attacks through Sylectus on behalf of Jason and Axel Cleveland through other accounts. Every single one of those accounts, that notification email alliance system has been turned off for because it was misused. So whoever believed in his cause were duped because there's nothing he can do about it. He cannot restore their ability to send those email alliance emails to anybody anymore, unless they, I don't know, maybe prove they were wrong or that they fell for a wrong cause. But this is, in my opinion, if I have somebody in the business that believes in what we're doing, there's no way I'm going to jeopardize their business and what they're doing, because, that to me is very dishonest, and that to me is a very, in some way an evil thing to do, to use anybody for your own causes, motives. But anyways, this is it as far as the claims and concerns. I want to bring back to the main thing that this video is about. It's not about anybody. It's not about us saying anything wrong about anybody else. We're Hippix Logistix, and we literally started from the ground up as drivers first, and then as owner-operators. And then we saw what was lacking in this industry, at least from our perspective, which was very limited at that point. But what we saw was lacking was a cooperation and ability for companies that were giving us jobs to care about us more than just someone who covers their job, their load. And this is what we're doing, literally. I mean, our assets are not just our vehicles. It's not what we're doing. Our assets is the people of this industry. They need someone professional to represent them as well as care about them. Make sure they pay on time. Make sure they're being communicated and reasoned with on any concern. Make sure they understand who to speak with when problems arise. Make sure that the team, gives them all the proper information, and if things occur, there's someone who they can speak to address these issues. Like, all of that was missing. And at the time when we were owner operators, I mean, we worked easily over the span of over close to 2 years, a year and a half to 2 years. We worked with dozens of companies, and we were not able to get what we needed as owner operators. And all of our buddies and friends, a lot of them are still owner operators. It was the same conversation. There's lack of accountability and trust between an owner operator and a company that gives them jobs, a carrier, or in this case, it's a carrier because these are owner operators that are not carriers that are looking for third-party dispatch logistics company. Just third-party third-party dispatcher company. So in our case, we're literally trying to solve the crisis between the companies that are getting jobs and thousands of owner-operators that are out there literally seeking and are desperate for good companies. And we didn't even know that was the case for everybody else. We simply knew that that was the problem for us and for the people whom we communicate with, okay? When we started getting thousands of inquiries to work with us after certain positive response, like Seth Leroy. Seth was someone who came in to work with us as an owner-operator. We're clear with him. We're a carrier. You can only work with us under our authority. You can, if you like working with us, great. If you don't, you don't. If you have your own authority, that's great for you. I mean, you can build your own business. We tell that everybody else. We do not put anybody down and tell them you have to close your business, close your things down. No, absolutely not. Because if that was the case, we would not be able to be where we are. We would not be able to start Hippix Logistix. We would simply be an owner-operator who is not happy with the way industry works and with the way that nobody counts with them, but simply wants them to handle a job for whatever the rate that that companies give you for. So Seth, in this case, was very helpful to us because he worked as an owner-operator with us for a while. His wife was for a short period of time hired as a dispatcher so that they could work as a team. We welcomed both of them in. They were tremendous. His wife, Sarah, had to leave because she was able to get back to his full-time employment that she was with prior to trying to work with us. And Seth, for personal reasons, had to step off from the road and basically be local, focus on other opportunities. But in the meantime, he has a YouTube channel and he is awesome. Like, he just speaks things that he finds helpful, beneficial for the people of the industry at that time when he was in. And he, on his own accord, went ahead and posted a video about us saying we're the best dispatching company to work with. And when people started seeing thousands of inquiries, people came in literally looking for a company that they could trust, the company that wouldn't force them to do things, that they could have a partnership, so to speak, like literally a partnership where they can feel that the company that's working with them care about them. And this is what we are. This is what we are. This is what we do. And this is our mission. So we're going to keep on doing what we do best. We're going to graduate. We're going to learn. You know, we're not know-it-all, obviously. We're still learning a lot of things. I just had a conversation with our trooper from FMCSA yesterday. I had a conversation with FMCSA representatives also yesterday. I'm constantly learning things. We as a company constantly learning things. But we are here for the good cause, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing. Serving the owner-operators and making sure our customers get nothing but the best people to cover their jobs. Thank you for your time. And if you guys do want to look up a little bit about Jason Moises, you can look up State of Ohio versus Jason Moises and see something interesting. Perhaps stalking is within his DNA.